Hello and welcome to Behind the Bands, the show where we give you a closer look at the local artists of the surrounding area.
We're your hosts, Lydia Carlson
and Austin Prince.
And today we are taking a look at Ransided.
Ransided is a group homegrown in Joplin, Missouri, and is comprised of guitarist and vocalist Annika Adami, bassist Nathan Little, and drummer Eden Adami.
They would describe their music as experimental shoegaze music with punk inspiration.
We're going to start this off with their song, Limbo.
That was Ransided's Limbo. We are now joined with the members of Ransided. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Now, what is this shoegaze style of music, and what popular artists are known for this style?
There's artists such as My Bloody
Valentine.
I've been listening to Were a lot. They're canceled, but they're a pretty popular shoegaze band, and it's basically just a lot of pedals.
A lot of distortion, a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Very fuzzy kind of sound. The Deftones is another good one, which is on her shirt. So, a lot of different bands that do that kind of style, but we like to add our own kind of touch to it with some jazz. We add some metal in there, just because we all have such different music taste. We really combine all that into one and try to make something very original and something that a lot of people don't listen to.
Oh, that's really cool. How do you add jazz into that?
We add some odd time signatures here and there. A lot of our chords are very jazz-like kind of style.
A lot of weird harmonies, sort of non-traditional rhythms, and syncopation.
Right, yeah,
jazz
lots,
words,
yeah.
you know.
Okay. Yeah, you had me at like weird time signatures. Like that is pretty jazzy in itself.
Right, yeah.
What got you guys into music in the first place?
Well, I actually got started pretty early on. My dad and my uncle are both drummers, and so I really got into that pretty early on. I think my first ever CD I got was like a Kiss record when I was like super young, like 5 or 6, and I would just listen to that over and over and just be like blown away by how it sounded. And so I really strove to kind of follow the footsteps of my uncle and my dad, and so I started playing drums, and then I kind of just got tired of how hard it was to move them, and so then I was like, well, I don't really want to play guitar because I don't really want to take the time to learn all the chords and stuff, and so I was like, what's an instrument where I can just kind of just do my own thing and put my own taste on it? And so that's when I found the bass guitar in 2018, and I've been playing ever since, and I just have loved every last second of it. So I really just strive to follow in my father's footsteps, try and be musically talented, and strive to be, you know, big someday, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's really cool. How'd you guys get into it?
My dad, he used to play in bands. Eden and I are brother and sister, so
Yeah.
our dad was definitely a big influence.
Yeah, growing up, we listened to a lot of different types of music, you know, metal, rock, Latin
Christian.
music, Christian music. And then, like, as I was growing up, I became really interested in making music, and I wanted to learn to play some instrument. And at one point, Annika and I, we were like, let's learn an instrument, and we wanted to start a System of a Down cover band. And I just picked the drums. I felt like that worked really well for me. I just practiced a lot. I try to do new stuff. And Annika, she plays the guitar. She's always trying to improve herself, as am I. That's about it for us, I'd say.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. So, how'd you all meet and form the band, and how long have you guys been together?
Well, as a group, we've only been together since like March.
Yeah.
But Eden and I have been like a duo for about 2 years now. We met through a mutual friend.
Yeah, I came to a open mic one time, and they played a song with one of my friends, and then I think like a couple days later they said that they needed a bassist to fill in for a show, and then so I went and filled in for him, and then after that we kind of just were like, let's do this. So basically we've just been rocking it since. So
Yeah.
Nice, real go-getters, I see.
oh yeah.
So after you guys kind of formed a band, have you guys made any other have you made any songs together or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we've made a lot of the songs that we have. I think they already made, and so they basically just needed some bass lines for them. So I added my own touch to it, and then I think we have made
Like two.
like 2, maybe 3 songs together as a band, and so and it was super easy in my opinion, for just how well we meshed and clicked in order to do that. So I think a lot more are on the way for sure. So
All right, really cool. We're going to take a quick break to listen to their song, Valeria. Stay with us.
was Valeria. We hope you enjoyed it. We're back with Ransided.
Now, have you guys performed live together a lot? And if you have, like, what's your favorite place to perform?
Ooh, definitely the Pillar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Pillar.
Where's the Pillar at?
It's
on 7th Street here in
Yeah,
Joplin.
it's
a house.
701 South Sargent Avenue.
Yeah.
I actually have it memorized.
He knows where it is.
Wow,
That's how you know it's our favorite.
Nice.
It's a pretty chill place.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of local bands go there, and it's a very just laid back atmosphere just to go there, play music, have a good time. So.
Yeah, you meet some pretty cool people there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We've played there a few times, but we've played other places around Joplin as well.
Yeah, we've played at TJ Leyland's in
Yeah, TJ
Pittsburgh.
Leyland's.
We've played at Blackthorn a couple times.
The Record Barn.
The Record Barn.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're really just trying to work on an album, finish that up, and then after that we're gonna, I think, try and expand our.
We'll try to get more out of town.
Yeah,
Kansas
exactly.
City,
Yeah.
Tulsa,
Yeah.
Oklahoma
What do you think
City.
the hardest part about writing is? You said you're writing a new album.
Oh yeah, I'll let Annika because she likes to write.
The hardest process is, or the hardest part of the process is the trial and error, because you create so many riffs and then you're like, oh, I want to do this, and then you record it and you try to play it all together and it just doesn't go. So that's definitely the hardest part.
But another good thing about that is that those ideas that you do have can transition into other songs.
Yeah.
And so if you have an idea that doesn't work for that song, maybe we keep that in the bank and then try and use that on another song and try to, do something with that. But yeah, like she said, trial and error. I mean, just try different things. We might try something crazy and see how it sounds. And if it sounds cool, then we'll keep it. If it doesn't, then we'll try something else. So, I mean, it can be a challenging process, but it can also be like a super fun process at the same time. So,
Yeah, it's like the trial and error is worth it in the
yeah,
end.
exactly. It's totally worth it.
It becomes more rewarding.
Yeah.
It's worth all the frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. I never really thought about, writing music like that. So, what inspires you guys to, make music, and what type of music and what, musicians inspire you?
Gotcha. I was actually, early on, I got inspired by a lot of, 80s thrash metal, like Metallica, Megadeth, all those kind of bands. Then I got into like Pantera and all that 90s. And then when I got introduced to one of my friends that I'm actually wearing our band shirt right now, we listened to a lot of like progressive bands from the 70s, Rush, Pink Floyd, Yes, King Crimson, all that kind of stuff. And so I try to add all that into like my own kind of style like I usually do. I take inspiration from a lot of different bass players, Geddy Lee, Chris Squire, Cliff Burton especially, but those are really the main ones, and I try to expand my music taste to where I can really get a feel for what different people are and different genres are playing, so and try and develop that into my own playing. So I'll pass it on to one of these two.
Inspiration. I like Sir Chloe and Deftones, Whole in a Perfect Circle. Those are like my 4 main inspirations when it comes to writing.
Starting out, I really liked drummers like Zach Hill and Nate Smith, sort of those more eclectic jazz and funk-based drummers. And then, like bands, I've always liked listening to like weird improvisational music, noise music, jazz, of course, psychedelic. I'm just trying to listen to anything and try to take anything from it and try to learn how to play it and try to diversify my skill set. And then aside from that, just I like feeling the ability to play things that are complicated and being able to hit the one when you're just going off, just going crazy, and then finding the one and everyone coming back together. It's great.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's cool that you guys have such a, wide variety of different types of music that inspires you all, and yet you're still able to come together and make something really special.
Right, yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's really why a lot of people choose to play music, is just so that you meet so many cool different people that have so many wide variety of music tastes, and then in order, to just come together and be able to create something together with all those different inspirations involved, it's really something special, and it just makes you feel good when you play. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah. So your next song is called The Water Song. Can you tell us more about that one?
I wrote it when my dog died.
Word?
Yeah.
Water?
Yeah, she didn't drown. It was pretty sad though. But the water song is kind of an inside joke with Eden and I. A couple of the songs that we play are an inside joke, but that's where the name comes from.
yeah.
Nice. Does this one have any particular vibes to it? Is it more?
It's a lot more. There's it's mellow, but at the same time, it's ominous. Mm-hmm. It's you're not really sure what's I think The Water Song is a great title, just because it kind of feels like you're in water, but at the same time, we have those build-ups and crescendos that really make it ominous, and it's
the waves.
You're right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the waves.
All right. Well, up next, Ransided is going to play for us The Water Song. Don't go anywhere.
And we're back with Ransided.
Now, we've recently talked about, a lot of stuff about the music making process. So really, what is your guys' favorite part of the whole process?
Writing. That's my favorite part. I feel that, nothing outside of writing would happen if it wasn't for that. And it's a nice outlet.
Okay, really cool. And now, speaking of which, your songwriting, you have a song called "In John Deere We Trust." Can we get a little insight on that, please?
Yeah, one day Eden and I were in a restaurant, and he was like, "You should name a song "In John Deere We Trust," like "In God We Trust" on the dollar bill. And I had a song written that I didn't really have lyrics for, so that just sparked the lyrics for that song.
So you're just like, I like this. We're using this.
Yeah. So
awesome.
it's another one of those inside joke songs.
Okay. Inspiration hits you at the weirdest places.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other projects coming up other than you have your album? Do you have any other things that you're working on?
Like I said, right now we're just trying to work on that album, really get that out. We'll be playing some shows around town, I'm sure, while we're writing it. We're getting ready to play at Porch Fest on October 7th. I think that's our next show. And I think we're going to try and pick up some more after that. And then once we get that album finished, I think we're really going to start trying to go out and go on tour, if you want to word it that way. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So how can people find you guys, and when you guys get your album out, where can they be able to find that?
We can be found on Instagram, Facebook, and whenever it comes out, it should be out on all streaming platforms.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having
no
us.
And
problem.
this wraps up our episode of Behind the Bands. Join us next time when we interview another artist from the surrounding area.
If you'd like to feature your music on our show, all you have to do is contact us on the KGCS Facebook page.
Once again, we're your hosts, Lydia Carlson.
And Austin Prince.
We're going to end this episode with one more song from Ransided, a song they call "In John Deere We Trust." Have a good night.
See ya.